is over here throwing shade at Serena Williams' husband.
I know Serena very well, and I know that she'll hear it loud and clear, but she'll also not hate me for it because it's lighthearted.
I guess Serena Williams on her Beyonce timing today because she finally took the time to respond about the Super Bowl. Now, everybody and their mama already thought, considering their two history, that obviously Shorty, in some way, shape, or form, you knew what you was doing. And that's
Over the years, Drake has demonstrated that he does not handle rejection well. But his obsession with Serena Williams was unprecedented, as seen by his actions as her biggest fanboy and his attempts to disparage her husband. Drake's obsession with Serena Williams continued long after their alleged romance ended, even into her marriage, and has now been brought back into the public eye in the most degrading way possible thanks to Kendrick Lamar. Drake has a history of singing over women in the industry, but his obsession with Serena Williams was completely embarrassing. When the first rumors of Drake and Serena started to circulate in 2011, people dismissed it as just another instance of a rapper showing interest in a superstar athlete. However, Drake wasn't just a casual admirer. He was constantly courtside at her matches, always in the front row, and he followed her to all of her tournaments, from Wimbledon to Toronto. He wasn't just a supportive friend. He made it his full-time job to be her biggest fan. Things really heated up in 2015 when Serena and Drake were spotted together several times.
Dated? What? Am I the only one that didn't know? Wait, hold on. Who was the man in their relationship? Because we all know, Drake's a little sad.
It was obvious that something was going on when they were seen making out at a fancy restaurant following one of her matches. But this is where things get intriguing despite everything. That was the most notorious part of their date night in Cincinnati. Drake treated his music like a diary, creating a trail of words that essentially explained it, and Serena never asserted this publicly. After years of reconstructing their situationship's timeline, the most recent Super Bowl event felt like the perfect full-circle shade. Returning to the beginning, Drake's bad behavior on Nothing Was the Same in 2013 caused fans to give him a sidelong glance. One of the earliest poetic hints of their connection was that I could beat Serena while she was playing with her, but people weren't aware of it. Really putting the pieces together, but by 2015, Drake and Serena's friendship was grabbing media attention. They were seen cuddling up at dinner, and Drake was suddenly front and center at her matches, cheering more enthusiastically than her real coach. However, the real tea came when he got into a feud with Meek Mill. And in a 2019 interview, Drake acknowledged that Serena was the one who encouraged him to put his all into his infamous back-to-back diss track.
And we had been talking a lot about her and Sharapova going back and forth over the years. And she had made this comment to me, and she was like, "Well, look, if you're gonna go again, you know." She's like, that beat that's on in there, it's just that she's like, you gotta finish it. She's a top competitor. So she was like, you gotta finish it. Like, I'm talking about done, over. And it's gotta be something that everyone that he's with and him have to hear.
Can't ignore it.
Right. You can't do some shit that's just for the moment and then it goes.
As we all know, things weren't exactly a fairy tale by 2017. But it turns out that Serena wasn't just giving Drake fight rap motivation. She was also coaching herself to Grand Slam victories. After Serena moved on to Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian, he was officially off the market. Drake did not handle this well. His mood quickly changed from adoration to resentment. Given that she got married that same year, fans were certain that Drake's song about an ex moving on without closure was about Serena. If that wasn't enough, he returned even more in 2022 with Middle of the Ocean, where he threw shade directly at Ohanian. Serena, your husband is a groupie. Alexis didn't even mention her. Drake had previously been her biggest supporter. Entertain Drake's resentment, he instead gave the most famous retort ever. He shared a picture of himself with their daughter Olympia at one of Serena's matches and wrote, "The reason I stay winning is because I'm relentless about being the absolute best at whatever I do. including being the best groupie for my wife and daughter. Drake then took another hit.
Serena husband is a groupie because he's never seen a man be supportive of the woman he loves in her career. That's wild. Drake's so petty. How's he got?
And when we thought we had everything we needed for the 2024 T-hit, Drake surprised us one more by revealing a previously undiscovered video from the studio in which he nonchalantly informed his mother that Too Good, yes, the one with Rihanna, was actually about Serena.
I gathered that.
But I wanted to make a song. Well, it's funny because when I make songs about women, I also make songs for them. So I know what kind of song to make. If I'm gonna talk about them, I'll at least do them the justice of making them a song that they like.
Yeah.
Okay? So I know Serena very well, and I know that she'll hear it loud and clear, but she'll also not hate me for it because it's lighthearted. You know?
Let's take a moment to consider that. Drake had Rihanna sing on a song about how heartbroken he was over Serena. If that isn't messy, what is? But Serena wasn't finished. Then, at the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show, Kendrick Lamar was scheduled to perform, and fans knew he was going to make it a moment, but nobody anticipated what he did next. He brought out Serena Williams in the middle of Not Like Us. The internet went crazy, and Serena, the woman Drake had been crushing on for years, was now on stage, dancing to the song that ended Drake's rap career. She hit the walk, and the crowd lost.
No. You got Serena Williams' ex fucking dark crip walking. Oh my god. Aye, the industry hates Drake. The industry hates Drake. They want him gone. Everybody in his industry wants him gone. Oh my god. Jay sanctioned this. Serena Williams is in there. Samuel L. Jackson knows what's gonna happen. Everybody hates Drake. Who knew that they could put the show?
After crushing Maria Sharapova during the 2012 Olympics and conservative according to sports analyst Jason Whitlock, it would be like making a crude, profane joke in a church.
Man, I did not crip walk like that at Wimbledon. Ooh, I would have been fine.
You will never be able to get past this moment because it was the ultimate. Kendrick was lighting up the Super Bowl halftime show, making it obvious who is actually in control of the game. While Drake was in Melbourne for his Anita Max Victory Tour, Drake, who was reportedly furious while watching from the shadows, had it coming. There were rumors that Drake didn't even watch the performance, but some of his closest friends, including his right-hand man Chubbs, were caught slipping. Drake was never going to just sit back and let Kendrick have the last say, though, as a viral TikTok video surfaced that showed some of his friends watching Kendrick's entire performance while completely locked in.
Gave your energy, gave your money, gave your heart, gave your soul, gave everything that you ever had to somebody, and they played with you and wasted your time, wasted your energy, wasted your money.
During his Melbourne concert, Drake boldly changed the lyrics to "Knife Talk" from the original line, which was a classic example of his mind tricks. But this time, he made enough adjustments to ensure that people realized he wasn't going to back down. Just in case the message wasn't received, Drake increased his volume with a new song. Then came Drake's Instagram games on his second Instagram page, where he began posting pictures that had fans analyzing every detail. One particularly noteworthy image was of Ted the $1 Million Man Vaz, the wrestling legend who is famous for flaunting his wealth and power. Two things Drake has made sure to highlight throughout this feud, but it was the following post that truly got people talking. While the timing of Drake's photo release with Serena Williams' former agent was ideal, fans aren't pleased with Drake's handling of the situation. As one comment summed up, Drake took the. In the meantime, Serena herself finally shared why she was on Kendrick's set in an Instagram post. She shared some behind-the-scenes footage that showed how she got there, saying that when Kendrick and his team called, they said, "We've been trying to do something forever, what about this?" We loved your ___. I knew that my winning dance after the Olympics would pay off, so I said, hey, are you serious? When you won the gold medal, when in the world would I be able to dance at a Super Bowl? By the end of the day, many were still convinced that this was a calculated maneuver and a direct jab at Drake. After all, how else could Kendrick, who has been poetically torturing Drizzy for months, have brought out his ex during the year's biggest performance? It was too flawless. Her husband Alexis Ohanian had to step in and defend her last week while the internet was busy analyzing every frame of the halftime show, because apparently people weren't just side-eyeing why she was there, but also how she was moving. Alexis responded by stating that some of you are unaware of how harshly Serena was criticized for the same dance at Wimbledon 13 years prior, demonstrating that this issue transcends music. Serena then addressed the matter directly, essentially telling everyone to stop playing while mentioning that her husband and baby daddy have always supported her. I love you, but I'm so late to the game because I've been sick and preoccupied with business ventures and billion-dollar investments. She wasn't finished, but I believe I have proven myself 23 times over, not including 4 gold medals. That I simply don't have time for petty things, love, respect, and anything negative here. In other words, Serena Williams is too wealthy, successful, and booked to worry about Drake, and let's face it, the idea of Arena conspiring against Drake to make a halftime appearance is hilarious. Drake's biggest failure, in the end, wasn't losing the rap battle to Kendrick, but losing Serena and never getting back. Now, however, the rap battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar has escalated into something much bigger, a full-on war, and Drake is convinced Universal. Kendrick is benefiting from a music group that is stacking the deck in his favor, and at the center of it all is Lucian Grange, the CEO. He isn't just any industry executive. He has been running the label since 2010 and has worked with Jay-Z, Rihanna, Drake, and everyone else. He's the puppet master behind all of the shady moves, and to be honest, this isn't even the first time that Kanye West has called him out during a rap feud.
A rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
Wow.
He's like, like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spins. My daddy got the DSPs. My daddy, Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian.
So all of his streams in the...
Even Drake, who often keeps things subtle, made his sly remark and left home.
So they mistaken, cause Google saying Lucian, but that just doesn't make sense. Who filling up the piggy bank, who bringing home the bacon?
However, in the midst of all this legal turmoil, Drake just did something that raised all the red flags. He uploaded a picture of Sophia Richie, Lucian's daughter-in-law, wearing an OAO shirt to his burner Instagram account. As if that weren't messy enough, in addition to being the only person he was following, the internet instantly noticed and commented, "Dumbest move alive, bro, just trying to get his contract back at this stage, and he'll understand he's up with another woman." In the midst of all this drama, Drake's music career is struggling. His new collaborative album with Party Next Door dropped some songs for you, and let's just say the reviews have been harsh. Reddit users are calling it low-effort garbage, and one user didn't hold back at all. Drake is going after what a sick man, an actual loser. I tried to get the party going, and it was giving me unbothered energy, but we all knew better. Fast forward to the present, and Drake is in a downward spiral. He's not just fighting a rap battle. He believes the entire industry is playing him instead of celebrating his new album. This is legitimately some of the worst non-gimmick music I've ever heard. I don't know how people online are defending this slop, and buried in that track list, Give Me a Hug. Battling for people to even find it, according to DJ Academics and a group of irate fans. An odd thing has happened with the rollout, as people say that when they look for the album on Spotify, it's not there, and to make matters worse, immediately after playing a Drake song, Spotify allegedly Kendrick Lamar doesn't like us, the auto cues.
All's my life I had
Why the f did it do that? Do you guys see that? Why the f did it play Kendrick Lamar after the album? Why the f would it do that? That's crazy. That's crazy.
By coincidence, Drake disagrees, and there are now rumors that Universal Music Group is purposefully stifling him in favor of Kendrick fans. You may also notice that a Kendrick Lamar song appears whenever you type random single letters into Apple Music. One user commented, "Yeah, Spotify is definitely scheming. This is a recommended song after it doesn't matter how many times I skip Kendrick's new music." While another wrote, "I'm listening to the new Drake X Party." The Next Door album and Apple Music actually implied that Kendrick was involved in a conspiracy after the album ended. However, when Drake liked Academic's post and one of Drake's main producers, Oi Wonder, replied with a simple LOL, the internet went crazy. Of course, not everyone agreed with this. Some commenters claimed that Drake was merely trying to win over sympathy streams. Regardless, Serena was upgraded in every way, and he has been. The public is aware of it now because of Kendrick and Serena's ultimate petty moment at the Super Bowl. But it has been stuck ever since Alexis Ohanian demonstrated he was the true winner and Drake refused to accept it. The internet will never forget Drake's gaffe. Tell us in the comments if this was the most petty move ever, and don't forget to watch our next video for even more drama.